Alright, good morning everyone. How are we all doing? Welcome back to another episode of Farming Simulator 17. Today, we're going to be sowing field number 29. It is the next day, as you can see, day 2, early spring, just under the time there. We still have our tractor working on field 34. She's about halfway done with that. I do apologize, by the way, for the audio quality being so bad and all the video quality being really low last episode. I did a few things, and it looks like it may have fixed the video quality a little bit. Audio quality is something I can fix very easily. It's just if Open Broadcaster actually wants to work. And actually... Oops. If Open Broadcaster actually wants to work and record the quality for me, we'll just have to see, because I know I once recorded a full series with Open Broadcaster, and the graphics looked great. It was on my Outlast series. It was on my Outlast series, so I don't know why it's like all of a sudden now all bad and everything like that. I believe, yes, right here, and we can fill up our fertilizer stuff to move over to field 29. Get ourselves to field 29, and then I will start off here with the time lapse. Alrighty, and it seems we have arrived to this little field here, which we cultivated yesterday. I guess I can turn off my warning lights and my beacon. I mean, I guess we really don't need our beacon on that road now, do we? There's really no traffic. It's pretty much just like a utility farm road, if you will. Now, what are we going to actually plant this field? That is the real question. I am not 100% sure. I know we did not plow this field yesterday, which is okay. We did not plow it yesterday, which is fine. And this is some of the stuff that we got here. Sunflowers do very well. Canola also does very well. Let's see real quick. Canola. Yes, canola does definitely earn a lot of money. And I think that if we really want to get started on the cows, it's best idea that we go for something, something that'll pay us good money. Having straw for their manure would be great, but we do not need that at the moment. As long as we have food for them, they will not die. Yes, because that's what happens in the Seasons mod. If you do not feed your cows and you do not have water for them, they will die. Which, the more cows you got, the harder it is to keep them alive, obviously. But, yes, I will leave you in a time-lapse for a moment. Alrighty, and we are complete with this field. For now, I'm just going to park this just over here. And then we are going to grab our fertilizer. Actually, we'll just leave the whole tractor here because we don't need to bother bringing the tractor back. During the time lapse, I had stopped to get the tractor, a hired worker, to get this field fertilized, and it seems he got stuck. If you notice during the time lapse, it said something like worker A is blocked by an object, or worker A has something in the way. I was thinking to myself, who's worker A? Because you notice that worker I, or India, is right here. I'll just say the military terms. Worker India is here, and I'm thinking, well, who's worker Alpha? Obviously, I had forgot that I had put a fertilizer spreader guy to do that field for us. You know what I should probably do before we go out over there and fertilize those fields? I should probably fill this thing up with fertilizer. I think that if you're going to go fertilize a field, filling up the fertilizer spreader with fertilizer is a very, very good idea. Alrighty, the field that we are doing is just down here. Let's slow our tractor down just a little bit to be a little realistic. Oh, ooh, okay. With our massive beacon and warning lights, which I don't know. I think they use those in Europe, right? In America. At least whenever I see tractors driving down the road, they always got like the warning lights on and everything. Excuse me. Alrighty. Woo! Heavy fertilizer is not very friendly with this tractor, I have to admit. Got to admit that. Yeah. Heavy fertilizer, not very friendly with this tractor, honestly. You just turn in here as the front wheels decide to float off the ground here. Open up our gateway here. Oh, there we go. Then we can close the gateway, or maybe not. There we go. Closing up. Do I have the PTO? Yes, I do have the PTO installed. I'm using the manual attachment mod, so you can detach the PTO shaft if you wanted to, and the entire thing, except you have to lower it first. But we want to do this field, so let's do this field. I'm not going to worry about time-lapsing it. It's such a tiny field, we don't need to worry about time-lapsing it. Oh, I might have just took out that barbed wire fence. I guess we're going to have to probably fix that. Probably not the most beneficial thing I could have ever done here. I tell you, this tractor is not easy to steer with this massive spreader on the back. Probably shouldn't have chose this tractor. Look at this. Jeez, okay. Oop. I'm debating on what I'm going to name this episode now. Holy crap. Maybe once we're done with this field, the weight of the spreader will be much less, and therefore we'll be okay. It's like when the fertilizer spreader's on, this thing turns much better than when the fertilizer spreader's off. Okay. Yeah, you want me to do that now, or? Alright, I'll come down in a moment. Alright, my apologies. I did not mean to do that. Well, I meant to have my microphone muted, and then I forgot to mute it. Let me turn up my volume again, just so that I'm hearable. Alrighty, and we are done with this field. I'll be back with you in 1 second. I guess I probably could have turned off my warning lights. No. Alright, I'll be back with you in a second. Alrighty, and I return. I left Farming Simulator running to see exactly if we could get the field number 34 done. Unfortunately, though, she is not yet done with field number 34. So we will leave her with that, and then we're going to go over to our next field, which is field number 14, and we are going to hopefully fertilize it up. Here. Nobody coming. seems that we are having a little bit of a better time turning now, so I guess just that little bit of work we did took off enough weight for the front of the tractor to be on the ground rather than in the air. So that's good. Run at 25 kilometers per hour. You know what I should probably do real quick? Stopping in the middle of the road to change our thermometer settings. Fahrenheit, there we go. So now we can see that it is 39 degrees Fahrenheit. Fairly cold, actually. Well, being in Ohio, it snows in like July. Well, not really. But we got snow. When did we get snow? I think we got snow in like May here in Ohio this last year. So we always came up with the joke that we better enjoy the hot weather while it's here, because chances are in the next 2 hours or the next 10 minutes, this weather will change. So if you ever come to Ohio and you absolutely hate the weather, do not worry, it will change in the next 10 minutes. We always make that joke. That only you're living in Ohio if you wear like shorts and flip-flops and a ski outfit on the same exact day, honestly. I wonder, is this field here able to be fertilized? It doesn't have a number to it. But do you notice like how it's got like the field outline to it, so that if we wanted to make it arable, if we wanted to make it arable, hold on one second. My apologies. Getting the annoying stuff out while I can, you know? I don't know if we're able to fertilize this or not. You see how it's got like the outline where you can see like an outline of the field? Oh, yes, we can. Okay. It doesn't have a number to it, but apparently we can fertilize it. I actually didn't know that. That's good to know. But this is one of the fields we harvest. I'm not sure, but I probably will make the AI do this one. The AI will do this one. We're working on like field 14. Or we'll harvest this one, and then we'll have the AI working on like field 45 or 35, 44, or 35. Just because field 44 is like the worst out of all of them. That's the one that takes like 3 hours just to mow. And then field 35 took just as long, because they're extremely big fields. Sorry, I've been kind of sick here. Hold on one second. Alrighty, that took a little longer than I wanted it to. I was hoping that I didn't need to stop the recording, which I didn't. But I kind of would have preferred myself to stop the recording, honestly. Hopefully you were all patient and didn't really mind me grabbing myself something quick to drink from over there. Well, pouring myself something to drink, honestly. I had a sore throat yesterday, and the sore throat seemed to reside since last episode. I recorded last episode about 4 hours ago. And it appears that we are fine now. Well, I'm fine now. I don't know about you, but I'm fine now. Alrighty, perfectamundo. Bleh. Again, we do not need to have the warning lights or the beacon on. Hopefully Open Broadcaster isn't doing what it did last time I was recording the last episode. Alright, just a little short tiny hop as we float in midair with our front tires, because, you know, it's how we do it in America. In America, our front tires always float above the air. Oh, there is one thing I want to show you with this tractor before we get into this field here. There are a few things you can do with it. Let me just lower that real quick. You can open the front door using both mouse buttons, and you can also open up this door. So in case you wanted to experience some fresh air, you can also do that, which unfortunately it opens up my course play because right click is the course play button. Now I know that this field is not fertilizable for whatever. Fertilizable, if that's the right term. Hopefully you guys don't experience pixelation when I run. I noticed that last episode when I was running through the illegal hedge crossing over there from the shop, I noticed that everything was pixelated, in which case you guys probably could not see how barren, wasted this place looks, especially during the spring months. But then as spring progresses, eventually you will see much more and much better weather and more life. Which honestly, this place looks amazing during the summer months because it's so green and everything. Honestly. Alright, we're going to come over here real quick and then we're... Ooh! I don't want to crash into these trees. That'd be bad mojo. Excuse me. Alrighty. Let's start working with this field here. Honestly, the easiest work with these fields is fertilizing, honestly. It only takes a few minutes, maybe a minute, maybe 2 minutes. That's why I'm not time-lapsing it. I hope my microphone's loud enough so you guys can hear me. I want it to get to yellow so you guys can hear me, but I don't want the game audio to be louder than my voice is, because then obviously you guys wouldn't hear me. Hence, human mind would believe that this is a very bad video. Little tiny lag that I'm experiencing there. We're gonna have to go up to that little row right there and redo it. 34 frames per second. I think you guys can see the frame rates, right? Where it says the yellow numbers twitching about up at the top. That is from Fraps. I have Fraps opened, but Fraps is not recording because then Open Broadcaster would freak out. Open Broadcaster would not like it if Fraps was recording. Well, actually, it would be okay with it, but then Open Broadcaster wouldn't be able to record because Fraps would be saving the videos at like 60,000 gigabytes per minute. I'm not talking anything bad against Fraps. I love Fraps. I've been using Fraps since I started this channel. It's just that in some games, Fraps has a tendency to save video sizes very high. Higher than we really want it to, honestly. So when I'm harvesting this field, I harvest all the way up to the trees. I harvest this field all the way up to the trees. Which, in the summer, you cannot tell what is and isn't the field, honestly. You'll see that when we get into the summer months. The summer months are exciting. It's when we can start baling, and we'll have more work than this. This is just like the preparation phases, honestly. If you were to play this game all the way through with the Seasons mod, it would take a little while for you to get to the summer months. I have a feeling that I'm going to skip a few days. Maybe... Ooh, I did not mean to honk the horn. Maybe see about getting field number 33. Here, how about this? I'll just park my tractor right here for a hot second. I'll just park it right here. I always park my hay equipment right here. Because I don't... okay, so this guy's almost going to be done shortly. This guy's here. Alright, let's get moving again. I always park my hay equipment up here. Because I don't cut this whole thing. Basically, when I'm cutting, I just mow basically a line. I mow this area here, but I don't mow anything over here. So this is always used for storing equipment and whatnot. Whatever we can and cannot store. Maybe when we get back to the farm, we can start working on the rest of Field 44, which is very fast when it comes to fertilizing. And then when you have to mow it, it takes like 3 hours just to mow. I always use the disc bind. Disc bind's just easier for me, honestly. By the way, if anybody's wondering how you use the blinkers, the warning lights, on the numpad, if you're using the computer, I don't know about the Xbox or controllers, but if you're using the numpad, 1 is the right turn signal. Oh no, the left turn signal. 3 is the right turn signal. And 2 is the warning lights. I didn't know this was a thing until the AI were using it, and I'm like, wait a minute, the AI are using blinkers, so it must be that if the AI are using it on my tractors, then it must mean that it's probably modeled into the game somewhere. So then I had to look it up, because there is no key in the options that will actually tell you, hey, this is how you turn on the blinkers, which in reality you don't need them. The AI are so you end up ignoring the AI unless you're playing this map, because the AI will go so fast. That was one of the things with the previous maps, the default maps specifically. AI always drove so slowly, and I know I'm driving slowly right now, but it's just because I'm trying to play in realism. Like, the reason I'm driving at 25 kilometers an hour is because on the Sosnovoka, if that's the right name of the map, Sosnovoka map, I believe is what it's called, one of the default maps, which I think was an expansion pack back in 2015. The AI drove so slow. They drove at 25 kilometers an hour, so I could stay with them, I always drove at this speed, and then this just became my tractor speed. I don't know how it is for the rest of America, but in Ohio, tractors usually drive at about 20 kilometers an hour. I actually calculated the speed because there was a tractor in front of the car, and I was looking at the speedometer, and it was about 20 kilometers an hour. So somewhere between 20 and 25 kilometers an hour is what I like to drive at, just to make things realistic as possible. Hey, oh yeah, no, never mind, I did that. Oh, let's park our tractor right here real quick, and then see if maybe we can look at what our chicchones have given us. Oh, helper I is complete. Oh, did you hear my voice crack right there? Oh, look, a piece of gold. Yay, discovered gold nuggets. Woohoo. Helper I has finished their work. That's great. I don't know why I'm laughing all of a sudden. I'm not high or anything. I didn't mean to say that, but I don't know why I'm laughing all of a sudden. Don't worry, I'm not high. I'm not high. Let's go back to this guy real quick, fold up their vehicle, and then we can start driving out of here. Now, this is a hay field as well. However, AI own it, and AI will never do work on their grass fields. It doesn't matter what you do. They will never give you missions for their grass fields. I'm pretty sure they're just there for realism purposes, maybe to make you feel like other farmers are also mowing similar items. Kind of wondering how this map would be for multiplayer. I imagine that this map would be great for multiplayer. If you have like a farmer situated at like the pig farm and the sheep farm, honestly, you could have like three people owning 3 different farms here, because we have like the sheep up into the just below field 14. So you could have like a farmer there working on 22, 23, 24, and 25, and maybe a few other fields that way. And then a farmer at the pig farm, maybe doing fields 28, 19, 20. And then you at the main farm, 18, 45, you know, some fields down that way. I don't have one of them washable machines yet, which is fine. Washable machines. Machine washer devices. I also figured out how to use the toolbox. I downloaded the toolbox mod, or whatever it is called, the totally working toolbox, or whatever, wherever it is. Let me see if I can find it. Here it is. Basically, it allows you to fix your vehicles. I don't know if the bigger workshop actually does that, but eventually your tractors will need work done, or repairs, which I have calculated that if you have your season set to 9 days per season, it will take approximately 9 days. Oh, well, not 9 days. 36 days in total, because there's 4 seasons, so 9 times 4 is 36. It takes about 36 days, which in my case, since we're already past day 1, 35 days until maintenance. So now I don't know if that's connected to seasons in any way. I think it is, actually. I don't know if actually seasons, or if the game before seasons had that, if the game before seasons, is that the right term I'm looking for? If before the seasons mod there was that work required, maybe there was, I'm not sure. I just know that it definitely helps out because, you know, you don't have to pay as much money for vehicle maintenance. Because as you progress in this game, vehicle maintenance does become quite expensive. I'm taking a little longer than I want to. I apologize in advance. Honestly, I'm taking a little longer than I really want to. But whatever. We will do canola in this field. Actually, yeah, we'll do canola. I always forget the button to change my seating. It's Y. Why? 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 Look, it seems like the AI even misses some stuff as well. That's fine. If everything goes according to plan, we should be just fine with this field, even if we miss a few things, even if we didn't plow it. Honestly, these fields can earn you quite a lot of money. I mean, I earned at least 100. I think I earned at least 200,000 from planting wheat in this field when I was playing on my other map, which was great, honestly. And then I earned like an extra 100,000 from baling. I baled square bales in these two fields here, field 35 and 44, and I earned quite a good money for square baling them. But I did, before we get into like baling and stuff like that, so y'all aren't confused, I did download a mod which basically allows me to choose how much, like the quantity of grass that goes into the baler before a bale needs to come out. It does not change the size of bales, but it does change the weight of them. So you can no longer pick up the tiny square bales that are created with this baler here, which has like the little chute on it, so then I can use the picker-upper crone thing to pick everything up. It's nice if you just want to sell them. But honestly, if you want to use them for cows, round balers and square balers, the normal default round bales, I cannot speak, I'm sorry. Round balers and square balers are the best for them, but I really don't recommend these three items if you're just going to use them for cows. Only use them if you're going to sell them. Which, if my plan goes as according, and I do end up buying a lot of cows, we're going to want a lot of hay, definitely, because I actually ran out of hay on my other map, on this save, because I used field 44 and 35 as fields where I was going to sell the bales, and winter came, and I decided that I was going to buy some more cows, so I went from like 5 cows, because I accidentally killed 2 cows, because I forgot to give them water, and therefore they died. So then I went up to 12 cows, and yeah, I'm running out of hay, which is not really a good thing, honestly. So yes, we're definitely going to want to get hay working up as soon as possible, get as much money saved up as soon as possible so we can start working with the cows, because that will bring us some good income. I don't think we're going to be using the pigs. I hate pigs in this game. I honestly do not find the purpose of having them. They require so much work, and yet you earn so little money for them. It's like there's no point of even having the pigs. Sheep, you definitely earn a lot of money for the sheep, so that's why we're gonna have sheep. And they're very easy to feed. All you really need is hay for the sheep, and you're good. Hay or grass, and you're set as far as working with the sheep go. All right, there we go. We got that guy working on the field in the case. Puma. Let's start working on this field. I know that I could probably set an AI for this one, but the AI will only, like, fertilize half of the field before they decide to stop. For some reason. I don't know why they do that. Maybe I should buy a square baler for this field. Honestly, the amount of bales you get from this field, I think that you get at least 48 bales from this field, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe not. I don't know how many round bales you get from from fertilizing it, because I've only ever square baled these 2 fields here. I know that I get about 170 square bales total at 4,000 liters from both of these fields, which I save up for the money because I really don't use the square bales that much. And then we'll buy a wrapper. I don't think the wrapper works, honestly. At least with the Seasons mod. There are some very interesting things that happen with the Seasons mod. So, you know, when you're mowing, you can keep the grass there, at least on default version of the game. If you're mowing, you can keep the grass there for as long as you want. That's not the case in the Seasons mod. In the Seasons mod, the longer you keep the grass sitting on the field, the more the grass will deplete. Eventually, the grass will rot away, and you will eventually have nothing to bale. That goes for straw as well. If you have straw on your field and you do not pick up the straw will rot away and basically be gone from you, which is really not the best thing ever. Honestly, I enjoy doing this field here. I don't enjoy mowing it. Mowing it, there it is. I enjoy watching the AI do this field, though. The AI doing this field is... it's so tedious that honestly having the AI work for this field is much better. And I have the course place set up, so if I go into here, I can go into here, hayfield, field 35, and then I have everything set up here from my other map, which is so nice. I enjoy the fact that course play will correspond with other maps. Well, your other map. So if you have saves that have like the same map as this one, all the course plays you created on that save will go to this one. But like if I have course plays on the Sosnovoka map, they will not come here, which is very nice. It's very nice how they correspond like that, so that, you know, you can be ready to go without having to do much tedious work around the farm. I know somebody did recommend to Daggerwin to make a course play efficient farm, and honestly, that's what I kind of created for myself. But to be honest with you, I want to do a lot of work. I mean, I enjoy, you know, watching the AI work, because in my opinion, it's like, it's something different rather than you always working. But I feel like the point of this game, and I know that it's very mixed on opinions of that. A lot of people don't use course play just because they would rather do the work, because that's the point of the game, is farming. Why would you play a farming game if you don't want to do the work, you know? But then again, course play helps for the tedious work, like mowing. I do think I'm going to use the course play for baling. That is because it'll work faster if, like, I can have the AI baling, and then I'm coming with the front loader, picking up the bales and everything. That's how I think we're going to do that. Alrighty. I did miss a few spots, but that's okay. Honestly, it doesn't matter in the end. A few little snippets here and there are okay. But definitely fertilizing this field and bringing it to max production. Because if you plow the field and you fertilize the field, it will increase production by 100%. Obviously, as of right now, we're only having it increase by 90% because, well, I'm actually not sure about this field because we don't need to plow it. I know that after you cut it the first time, it acts like you plowed it. So it would be so tedious if you had to plow this, but it's okay. I mean, we still get the same amount of bales every time. So really my idea is to only get as many bales as I can. And obviously, like, it doesn't matter if we're short a few or anything. I have no specific goal on how many bales we're going to need. As of right now on my other map, I've survived. How many bales do I have? So I have wrapped bales. I don't even know how many bales I have. I think I have like 30 bales stored up. All the rest I sold. And then I have a few rotting away at field 14. Field 14, I just decided to leave the bales there all winter. And they're rotting away shortly. It's because I don't want to use them. You will know they're rotting away when the amount of hay that's within them starts to deplete. That is where this tool comes in use, because it will tell you how much hay is within a bale. So then you know when they're rotting away, which is very nice. Which honestly, I don't know how I wouldn't have noticed they were rotting away without that tool. eventually they'll just disappear. The bales will just disappear and everything. So I could really do a time lapse of this, but I don't feel like doing that time lapse. I want to talk. You know. We got our other farmer, Farmer Charlie, working on our other field over there so that we can finish fertilizing everything. Honestly, I enjoy doing work more on screen, like recording, than I do off screen. Off screen, I just have the AI do all this. I watch them do it. My little slaves. No, I'm just kidding. I have the AI. I have the AI do all this work for me. But honestly, when I'm recording, I'm more motivated to do the work. I'm more motivated to do it not time-lapsed either. So when I'm just sitting here talking, I would rather do it this way than not do it this way. We're almost done with this field. We may have to fill up the fertilizer before we finish field number 44 with whatever the AI did while we were seeding. Alright, so that guy's working over there. I'm wondering if I should buy some ambient abandoned equipment and put it just over there with that trailer. On my cheat map that I have of this, I put the haybine I talked about last episode right next to that trailer over there. And honestly, after it becomes very dirty, it looks rusty, which makes it look like a legit abandoned piece of equipment, which is really cool. The hay mower course play cuts around it just fine. Honestly, there's just enough space to put the haybine there, with the AI doing just enough space that they don't actually ram the haybine at all. Alrighty, perfectamundo. Alrighty, let's stop right here for 1 second. Look at our map. Grass. Now you will notice it does say we need to plow it, but after you harvest it the first time, it will say that it's been plowed and everything, which is very nice. It's just because it's one of those fields that, what do they call them? I know the term for it. I just can't remember the term at this moment. I'll end the video and they'll be like, right, that was the term. It's a term for like the field just grows back every time you cut it. So it's like you cut it once and then it'll grow back, and then you'll cut it again and it'll grow back again. It's not like wheat where you cut it once and it's done for. Sorry if you heard that. Did not mean to do that right close to the microphone. Slurping is what they call it. How much did that cost us? 3,260. That's not a lot, honestly. What was I going to say? The worst part of the Seasons mod is having to deal with winter. Winter is really downtime, honestly. There's not much to do. Your farming work's done. It's different, honestly. Like, this whole area with snow looks amazing. But there's really nothing you can do other than surviving with what you have, including your cows if you have cows and livestock. Just hoping that you do not run out of hay before the end of the winter. They require so much attention during winter. It's like, honestly, having cows during the winter is it sucks because you have to give them so much attention. I mean, they require so much water, so much hay. And then my 8,000 liter bales, if that's the right term for it, or 8,000 grain bales, do not work, do not shred themselves, which is very weird. So then I have to buy one of the forage shredders or whatever, bale shredder things to feed the cows with, just so that they actually have food, because it won't accept the 8,000 grain bales. I only put them. I only make the bales to 8,000 grains so that I have less to pick up. Because honestly, this field had about 80 bales when I had about 80 round bales sitting on it when I mowed it. When I baled it with the 4,000 grain. Like, you know how the normal bale capacity is 4,000? Hold on one second. I'll just show you here, okay? If any of you do not know what I'm saying. Okay, so see how it can load up to 3,000? I believe this one, it can load up to 4,000. Ooh, only 3,200? Really? How did these ones do? 4,000? 4,000? It fills up to 4,000, and then you have to release a bale. My mod that I have for it allows it to go up to 8,000, which really is very helpful if you don't want to spend much time in the field. It definitely helps AI more. Because it means that the AI will not are less likely to hit a bale. Fewer bales there are in the field, the less likely they're actually to ram them, which is good. I do not know how long I've been recording. I apologize if this video is going over time. This is the point of farming, right? Doing this little tedious work of going up and down the fields and talking and... Honestly, this game feels so much better recording it than it does just playing it alone. Honestly. It's totally the opposite of Far Cry 5. Far Cry 5, unfortunately, I'm not going to bring it back to the channel. Honestly, when you're playing Far Cry 5 on YouTube, you really lose the beauty of that game. It's partially because you're so focused on trying to get to your viewers and exactly what you need to do, and you're trying not to waste any time, you know, after you have to already deal with all the AI just coming straight at you to kill you, because that's what Far Cry has the tendency to do, is just bring AI to you, enemy AI to you, which will just mess up all your plans, especially if you're like me, who has plans when they're recording. It's like, okay, well, today we're going to get Cheeseburger, and then the next episode we're going to get Herc the Jerk. Why are my hands so, like, rocky at the moment? I don't know why I'm asking that. Man, I gotta use some hand sanitizer. Either that or they're really, like, oily. I don't know what it is. I just know my hands feel very dry at the moment. Whatever, the hand sanitizer makes them feel softer. A little cleaner as well. I mean, I just washed my hands a little while ago. It is 7:18 p.m. right now, Eastern Standard Time, as we are baling this field. I have edited last episode, and unfortunately, I have not yet uploaded it, but that means that I have not yet gotten real life hate for it. There it is, for it. Which is good. In the long run, it is good that I did not yet get hate for it. I mean, I don't know how people would start to hate on it. Well, actually, I have not seen anybody yet. I've been taking Saturday off because I've been at a festival all for like the last 6 weeks, and this is the first Saturday that I'm actually able to just relax without having to do anything else. So that's why I'm taking this time to record some videos for y'all. At 20 kilometers an hour. I know that there are a few tractors in this game. I know Daggerwin uses a few of them, where they have like the in-cab interactions where they have like your mouse cursor and you can press like little buttons to do things. I have not yet seen any of those. I don't actually plan on downloading them. Maybe I will. I know Daggerwin used it on his Oakfield Farm. Is that what it's called? Or Oakfield Farm, I think maybe is what they called it. The map, when he was doing his realistic series on that. And then I downloaded this map, and then he started working on the Lone Oak Farm, and I was like, huh. How interesting. Let's see what he's doing that I'm not. And honestly, he's doing things so much easier. I'm doing things a lot more traditional. Yes, it does mean that it takes more work. I don't know why I'm... Look at this. What the heck is my problem? Why am I, like... My tractor is so close to the already fertilized part of the field. I don't know why I'm doing that. I'm wasting a lot of fertilizer, but whatever. Yeah, I do things a lot more traditional than he does. He obviously does different mowing. He doesn't use a disc bind. If any of you ever watched him, I put the link down in the description last episode in case you guys wanted to watch him, or if anybody has never heard of him before. But he uses, when he's mowing, he uses this mower and this mower most of the time, the Pottinger mowers, or these two. I only use the disc bind, and that's how he always gets his work done so fast. Honestly, I don't see the point of doing it. I like to use the hay bind. It's a lot more traditional. But to each their own, you know. Man, it was really windy outside just a few seconds ago. It was windy and dark, and all of a sudden the sun's out now. Only in Ohio, huh? Alright, I think I'm going to end the episode shortly, and then maybe I'm going to edit the video, or I'm going to record another episode. I don't know. With Open Broadcaster, I can record way more than Fraps would ever allow me to. Just because of the file sizes. Last episode's file size was only, I think, 100 megabytes for 33-minute recording total, including the time-lapse, which brought the video to 33 minutes. Well, before I time-lapsed the video, it was 33 minutes total of recording time, which was only 123 megabytes, which is very tiny, knowing that Fraps, like a 30-minute video on Fraps would be at least 100 gigabytes. 120 gigabytes maybe, which obviously you can just see why I'm moving away from Fraps for a little while. Maybe I'll come back to Fraps, but for now I'm going to use Open Broadcaster, which is used better for live streaming. I live stream with Open Broadcaster, but you know, for now Open Broadcaster will just have to do with the recordings and everything. I don't know what I'm going to do off screen. I think I'm going to have Charlie finish field 30. What field is that? Field 34. And then we're gonna like probably fertilize it next episode, or maybe I'll do that off screen, and then we'll have some downtime before I actually do anything extra. This was the wrong turn. I meant to turn on the road prior to this one. Refill the spreader real quick, and then we'll see what we'll do next episode. Maybe I'll just park the tractor here for right now. The tractor off. I'm using the manual ignition, which I'm so glad that they added manual ignition as a feature in this game. I like having the ability to keep my tractors on or off. It'd be nice though if the tractors didn't turn off on their own though. I have a funny story real quick before I end the episode. Remember last episode how I was showing you some pictures of the farming outside my house? The one farmer guy, the guy who has this new John Deere tractor, drove away with the forklift tractor, and he forgot to shut off his John Deere tractor. He was not done baling yet, but he forgot to shut off his John Deere tractor. And I was thinking to myself, I'm like, should we be concerned about this? Is he going to come back? Should we be concerned that maybe his tractor is going to run out of fuel? Maybe someone should run over there and turn the key or something. I ended up just staying away from the tractor. He came back, finished the field, no fuel loss at all. He didn't run out of fuel in the middle of the field, which is good. But yes, anyways, thank you so much for watching this very, 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 very tedious episode that I have so seemingly brought myself upon. In the next episode, we will be done with that field completely. And then, yeah, we'll work from there. Summer months will definitely be much more exciting than the spring months. I'm thinking that maybe I should have purchased some more fields. Maybe I'll have to take out a big loan or something. Or maybe the government will give me like a grant or something to basically get more fields so that we can... Oh, okay, yeah, that's fertilized. Give me some more fields so that we can make more money, you know? Anyways, that's going to do it for us for this episode, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. See you later. Peace.